I want a sweatshirt. I don't have a whole lot of time out here, but today what I'd really like to finish up is the lid for the little jewelry box thing. It's actually not little, it's pretty big. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the lid for that, and tomorrow I think that is when I'm going to start the the upper parts of the little compartment that can like slide back and forth and stuff. So before I start working on the lid, I really want to clean up some stuff. There, that's better. Alright, let's take this off. So as you can see, this darker strip that I put in here, I left a little proud, maybe the height of like a quarter or something, and now I can take that down with the hand plane really quick. So when I built this workbench, one of the latest things that I've added since I built the entire thing, I added this dogging system in here, and this is really nice for something just like this because this kind of thing doesn't fit in the vise. So I can just take a bench dog, keep it in the tool well, you know, put it in like this, and then I use the bench dog in here, and then I can clamp the board in really nice. You know, it's so interesting the way this wood reacts when you put a plane to it. All these shavings were actually from a full cut across the whole board. And it's just really interesting. This is actually ash. Now some of you guys are like, what? So I know ash is normally a color, you know, like a baseball bat or an axe handle or things like that, that kind of tannish color. But what this is, it is ash actually. It's actually ash that has the sugars removed from the wood, if I understand. I might be wrong exactly about that. Basically, the sugar is removed from the wood and it changes the color from the tan to like this brown color, and it makes it kind of brittle, and you can like crush this up. It's the weirdest thing. You can crush up like a full-length shaving into like a powdery thing almost. Have just a little bit left to go. There's just something so satisfying about this. I just barked my pinky on the side of the dog. Ow. So pretty! Look at that. That's really, really nice. I really like this ash in between these two other pieces of oak. I think that looks really, really good. And all I used right there was just a low angle little block plane to turn that edge down a little bit. That actually worked out pretty well. And really quickly, I just want to make sure there's no twist or high spot. Don't want this to be wobbly at all. And I'm just using the surface of the table saw. So now, oh jeez, I almost just ate it right there, jeez. So now that this is all flat, we can come back over here. It's gonna look good. So I think this is, yeah, this is the top side. So it's gonna hang over a little tiny bit on each side. And that's just to break this line up right here. If it was flush like that, I don't think that would look as nice because it seems a lot more thicker up here. And this is, I don't know. That's just stuff that went through my head when I was figuring this out. So it's gonna look something like that. So now we need to cut this part off just a little bit. And the reason I left it a little bit wider was so that then when I clamped it up, the edges actually got marred a little bit. So now we can just rip that off on the table saw and we'll have a nice clean edge. So if we have 11 inches across right here, and I want this part, darker strip, to be in the very center, so that's gonna be at 5.5. This is hanging over a little bit right here, and then this edge right here is what we'll need to cut off. So yesterday was the first time I actually used this thing in a while. This is what they call a zero clearance insert, and I just made this out of a piece of maple, and all it is just a thin strip of wood that you can just pop in there. It's pretty thin. I normally have a blue insert here that came in with the table saw. When you want those precise cuts like I was doing yesterday with like thin strips, you want to use one of these so the piece doesn't fall through. And I don't know if any of you guys noticed that, but this is just something that you should have in your shop if you don't have one already. This looks so nice. I can't tell you how good this makes me feel. This looks really, really good. So the flush is back. That doesn't make sense. The back is flush. If it was all just that white oak color, it would almost look kind of bland. Now I'm going to round over these edges just a little bit so it doesn't cut your finger when you open it. And I think that will do it for the lid. So in making a video almost every day for these next couple weeks, I've just noticed that there are going to be some days where I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time out here in the shop. You know, for example, like today, or probably Christmas or Christmas Eve, maybe one of those 2 days, I probably won't have a whole lot of time. What I'm starting to kind of figure out in my head is that I may have to plan ahead on some things and, you know, maybe film something one day and then upload it the next. This video was a little bit short. There wasn't a whole lot that was going on, but I didn't have a whole lot of time out here anyway. So I know yesterday I did actually get a decent amount done, then today that I only did the lid. So that's kind of the trade-off of doing a video every single day. So there are also going to be a few days here in this later this week, basically, where I'm not going to be doing any woodworking, but it might be kind of a vloggy-ish type video. So stay tuned for that. You're fine. Because I'm in the garage, I have people sometimes just walk in and out, and sometimes I put that in the video, sometimes I just cut it out. So if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, hit that like button because I really enjoy seeing you guys do that. And leave a comment down in the comment section if you have something to say, or you got some feedback for me, or anything like that. And I will see you in the next video.